Now dribbling down the left wing. Diaz beats a woman. She'll be looking to cross now. Tries to get the sliding cross in, but it'll go off of. We'll see whose foot they say that was off. They'll say it was off her foot, clean out of bounds. Be a goal kick going the other way. It'll be a goal kick, but not taken by the keeper. Instead, sending back Woodcock, who booms it deep down, off of one head and into Iowa Lake's possession. Iowa Lake's being able to control the ball early. Diaz again, chips it in. Back to Diaz down the wing. Seems to like that matchup. Diaz slings it over the middle to Romero. Now it ends up on Wellard's foot. And boomed and saved. Early shot on goal. Not really anything threatening. Easy enough save for the goalkeeper. And if they're all that easy, she'll end up with a nice little stat line here. And now the kick goes way over, and it'll again end up in Iowa Lake's possession. Iowa Central so far having trouble keeping control of the ball when they do get it. Goal kick goes down the middle again, off of an Iowa Lakes head and controlled by Iowa Central on the touch. Now they're trying to get something going down the wing. Montoya back to her back line, plays it back to Aquino, to Montoya again, back to Carnes. Carnes trying to switch play down the left wing. If they find it, they might have some here. One volley and a kick, and it'll roll past her intended target and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Sends it back on the goal kick. Iowa Central now for the first time having control in their offensive zone with people behind the ball. Nice bit of dribbling by Wenzel. A little bit too much touch on the pass to control, but he'll still end up in Iowa Central possession. Now just trying to get a chip into the box, and it'll go way over. Taking the early shot there is Woodcock. Excuse me, not Woodcock, that was Montoya putting her foot through it. About 42 minutes to play, the first 3 minutes. One shot on goal coming from Iowa Lakes. Iowa Central just now starting to get into an offensive rhythm. The first couple minutes it was all Iowa Lakes possession, but now Iowa Lakes gets it. And they like that pace down the right side. They think they might have her beat, but the defense will get back there and clear it. Now we'll see who gets the loose ball in the middle. It'll be Iowa Central again. Chips it out to her left wing. And now still bouncing dangerously, and now they've got a 3-on-3 situation with the back line against their strikers. The chip pass will go off the defender's head. End up going to Diaz. Diaz beats one, tries to beat two, but I do believe that was Woodcock standing strong in the defense. Good movement on the back line. Diaz had two women beat. Couldn't quite find her way past Woodcock, though. Strong defense in the back. Now as the ball comes in for the throw-in. Clock ticking down towards 41 minutes left. The throw-in goes straight to Iowa Central, so a wasted throw there. Now, I think that's Iowa Central's final touch. Yes, that's the way the official is signaling it. So Iowa Lake still in control. Couple volleys. Rolled up by the Iowa Central goalkeeper. See what she decides to do with it. Thinks about the throw. Will settle for a deep bomb down. See if they can win a header. Now the ball bouncing up, and if Iowa Central could win possession here, and she does, Costa in dangerous position, has support through the middle, missed the pass through it, but still under Iowa Central control. Now Iowa Central, originally on that first couple touches of this, had the Iowa Lakes defense kind of on their heels. But as they settle in, they're able to nick possession back. Now Diaz has liked that matchup, and Woodcock closes the door again. You have to like the way Woodcock playing defense right now. Got beat early, almost gave up not almost gave up a goal, but gave up a long shot on it. But ever since then, she's been able to shut Diaz down, trying to run down that left wing on her. And almost a clever bit of play there by DaCosta, but she can't be the second defender to the ball as she just lobs it over. Iowa Lake's possession, and that's pretty much been the story of this first 10 minutes. Iowa Lake still under control. And, you know, possession isn't everything. If you can't do anything with it, you can't score. But the odds do say the more you touch the ball, the more likelihood you have of putting it in the back of the net. Lovin plays it back to her back line. Another going to shovel it forward, try to find something down the wing. Defender will make the challenge, beat her woman to the ball, let it roll out of bounds. So Hoffman with the throw in. Costa. Costa has had a couple moves that have just missed beating her defender. Clever bits of dribbling from her, but their defense has been smart on the Iowa Lake side. Now they're going to switch play over to the left wing. Now Iowa Central just going to try to keep control here, getting a little bit of an offensive rhythm. Every possession they've had has kind of been one or two opportunities and then gone. So they'll try to get some maintained pace and possession here as they switch it down the right wing. And it's a heck of a pass, but even better defense. Number 4, Hoffman, comes over. Rolls through a challenge there by Woodcock. And she's almost beat on it, but hustling back, she forces the errant pass through, and it'll be under Iowa Central control as Woodcock picks herself up off the ground. Hurt, she gave herself up, but that price she paid, she got something good out of it. She was the last line of defense between them and a free run at goal, and she made a heck of an effort play to get back in front. Now Iowa Lake's ball in the midfield area. That is one positive note from Iowa Central so far. They haven't let them out of the midfield much. Most of this game has been Iowa Lakes controlling the ball in the midfield. Goal kick here. Excuse me, not goal kick. She grabbed that roller up. Now she's going to have a chance to just put her foot through it. And again, the kick from the goalie will roll all the way past to the other team, to the opposing goalie without any touch. It's not the design and intent, but neither team able to get ahead on it there. Volley through the middle, see who comes down with it. It'll be Iowa Lakes. Now dribble through the legs, but that's Hernandez being able to stop it down the right line. They'll have to pass it back. Now the midfielders with the ball trying to get to the forwards. Mole here. A little bit of a tussle. We'll see which way the official says. He's going to give a free kick Iowa Lakes way. Pardon me. Mole a little heavy there on the contact, trying to make a play. Official has deemed that she got body on body before she got body on ball. So it'll be a free kick going the other way. Trying to just lob one into the box. It will end up Iowa Lakes' possession. Now nicked back by Iowa Central. Got something to work with down the right wing, and she'll feed it to her. Got a little bit of green space, but a little bit too much touch on the pass. Still comes up with it, though. That's Lovin with something down the right wing if she can beat it to her, but that's pretty much been the story of that matchup there. Lovin able to beat Diaz with a little bit of dribbling, with a little bit of pace, but when it comes to actual open field sprinting distance, Hoffman has consistently had what it took to shut her down on that. Not quite able to get anything down the right wing yet. They'll keep attacking that matchup. Trying to just shovel something into the box. No one there to get on the other end of the header, so it'll be a one hop into goal. Boomed kick down middle. Down the left wing, she has people to cross it too. She will get the cross in. It'll come down. Now she might have a chance on the one-timer on the volley. Beats her woman left, has a shot at goal, puts it in. Ooh, found herself open in the box, but that's still a difficult shot across your body, left-footed, and she'll just put it over the crossbar a bit. But still, Iowa Central generates their first offensive chance today. Be a goal kick after a little bit of a time stoppage here. Do believe Iowa Lakes puts a substitution in, sits one down. Now Iowa Central, who this last couple minutes has been in control running their pace, already found themselves an open shot. They'll be looking to finish on this possession. Oh, one back beautifully by Montoya, makes a move, chips it over the crossbar. Bit of an ambitious attempt there from where they were, but she didn't have much support on the right or left, so you can't really fault her for taking a shot at goal.
Few early Iowa Lake turnovers early in this game.
Now Iowa Lake's going to try to answer. They have 3-on-4 running over. But again, Courtney Woodcock has done a fantastic job of shutting down any offense through the middle back there. Now Woodcock doing some passing. Finds Carnes. Carnes trying to push it forward, but she'll push it out of bounds instead. Misses her woman. A little bit too much pace on the touch there.
Iowa Lake throw in.
And honestly, both sides here just showing a little jitters out of the gate. A couple passes with a bit too much behind them. A couple shots sailing over the bar, which usually means you're a little tense. As the game goes on and as people get looser, you'll expect to see a couple of those find the back of the net instead of up and over.
Shot deflected off an Iowa Central player out of bounds. Another Iowa Lake throw in.
And in a good position, too. But they'll throw it straight to the opponent, and then it'll be kicked straight to the opponent. Couple mental mistakes in a row. Iowa Lake's giving the ball to Iowa Central, then Iowa Central saying, "No, please, you." Straight out, and now headed defensively out of bounds, just not trying to let her woman beat her across. And these are the positions you don't want to allow a throw in. Bit close to the goal for most coaches' tastes. In a bit of a scrum there. We'll see who comes out with it. End up going all the way back to Hoffman. Hoffman, whose pace has already been dangerous defensively. She's had a heck of a game shutting down that right wing. In off of an Iowa Central head. Hoffman tries to win it back, won't be able to. Lovin.
Kicked out of bounds by Iowa Lake, so it'll be Iowa Central throw in.
And a good throw in it is. One volley, finds herself loose, gets it through. Hoffman, past the left post.
Just wide.
Excuse me, Carnes puts her foot through it.
Three to 1 shots on goal in favor of Iowa Central so far.
Carnes comes down. Iowa Central really now, for these last 15 minutes, done a good job with passing and ball control. It was a problem early. Now let's see if they can get anything out of it. The throw. Thrown straight away. Iowa Lake's possession, but they'll shovel it back to a straight line. At least effectively works as a clear. Woodcock to DaCosta. DaCosta finds a woman through the middle. That woman is Montoya. Montoya will lose the ball to her defender, and her defender now with pace trying to see how far she can run it herself. Down the right wing, and she's got plenty of grass and support to her left, which she will dish it to. Now trying to beat a woman, and they have her streaking down the left. Beautiful passing here by Iowa Lakes will lead to a shot. Open on goal, tries to put it in the corner, but a beautiful sprawling save to the right bottom. Little bit of a defensive breakdown there in front of net, but the goalie is there to clean it up. And just beautiful team play and passing to get in that position by Iowa Lakes. She beats her woman to it, but she won't be able to beat the ball to the goalie, so the goalie will clean it up. DaCosta playing with good pace down there. Dump it out, see if the right wing can beat the back. Can't, it's shoveled out of bounds.
Iowa Lake throw in at the other side of the field.
Gets it in, a little bit of footwork. One back by Iowa Central and shoveled out of bounds. Effectively just a clearance there. I don't think she was even looking for anyone. So now it'll be a throw in, but a little bit farther from goal as the clock ticks down towards 30 minutes remaining. Ball in. Back line standing back defensively. Carnes loses the ball out of bounds. I do believe it was her last touch. Yes, it was. So that'll end up... Nope, they're going to say it was off to the defender. Iowa Central ball. Clock ticks down towards 30. Beautiful day here at Harlan Rogers. Sun shining, bit of a breeze. No weather that could affect play. Beautiful day to come out and watch, and if you can't watch live, good day to sit here and watch it on stream. So now 29 minutes left. Player goes down hard down the left. I can't see a number on the back, but the official is over to check on it after a little bit of a collision. I do believe it was with Woodcock.
I believe Woodcock slid to save the ball.
Woodcock.
She slid and kicked it out of bounds, got a part.
Woodcock with a clean tackle, but it was one full of contact.
Yep, she got a part of 11 of Iowa Lakes.
So 11. That's Sanchez down. Just in the last 5 or 6 minutes off of substitution. Woodcock has been playing good defensively as they just get the clearance out. I do believe that'll take a couple hops and roll itself out of bounds. It will. So now Iowa Lakes with a throw in just about the midway point between the goal line and the midfield line. So they'll get it into their defensive midfielders here, their third line back. Now trying to get it all the way back to the back line. He'll shovel it forward. Iowa Central winning back possession. An errant pass gives it right back to Iowa Lakes immediately. Shoveled over. And yep, they'll just clear that. Iowa Central playing conservatively when they're backed up, just shoveling the ball out. There are a couple ways to look at it. You can take the ball and see how many passes you find, try to make an offensive opportunity of it. But if there's no counter, no reason not to just put your foot through it and see how far away from your own goal you can get it. End the immediate danger. And that seems to be the philosophy Iowa Central is taking. Ball it in.
Handball on Iowa Lakes. It'll go to Iowa Central.
Yep, flag goes up. Send Woodcock back to just put a foot through it, see if they can win a header. Pretty evenly played. First 20 minutes so far this evening. Iowa Lakes controlling much of the early part of the game. Iowa Central taking over in the last 20 minutes to make it more of an even fight, and since then it's been trading back and forth possessions and chances on goal. It has as many chances at goal as there have been. You figure it's neither goalie is really gonna one of the two might finish with a clean sheet, but you don't figure this is gonna end up a 0-0 tie with as many offensive chances as there have been already. Diaz for Iowa Lakes. They've got room down the right, but they don't have a player there to answer the pass. Iowa Central now shoveling it down the right wing, but it will be cut off. Good defense there by Hoffman. Hoffman throws it in. A little back and forth there, won by Iowa Central. They'll take the throw in. Push back, she saves it from going out of bounds, but it'll go straight to an opposing player. Iowa Lakes ball. Iowa Central winning it back. Montoya.
Little back and forth game going on right now.
Both teams not straying much out of the midfield in the past 5 minutes.
The entry pass goes out of bounds. It'll be Iowa Lakes ball.
Hoffman will take it. Won back by a hard bit of play, but the end result will be Iowa Central's ball and a good place to throw it in.
Another turnover by Iowa Lakes on the Iowa Central side of the field.
The pass is thrown away, but luckily it's thrown away off a foot and back out of bounds. She'll have another chance at it. And in a golden spot to take it. Just dumps it in. Neither of her girls able to get there. A clearance by the defense will clear all the way around. And now
back comes Iowa Lakes.
Iowa Lakes with a chance to counter here. They like their numbers. If they would have been able to beat the defender to that pass, it would have been a problem, but they don't. She cleans it up, nicks it out of bounds, and now Iowa Central will have a chance to recover and get back into some defensive shape before this throw.
And stoppage of play for a substitution.
See the numbers there. Looks like they've brought in Castilla Rents right there. Number 9. The shot sails past the right post. Ticking down towards 24 minutes left. Still 0-0 here in a game that's had its chances, but no one been able to put one away yet. Iowa Central now to take the goal kick. Instead of the goal kick, they're going to put it up in the goal kick position, let Woodcock put it through. They seem to like her foot as far as these long power passes go. And that's off an Iowa Lakes player and out of bounds, so Iowa Central with a throw in around midfield. Going to give it to Montoya. That throw-in will take off of a volley and off of an Iowa Lakes player and still be in Iowa Central possession. Finds something down the left wing. She'll be looking to cross here. Tries to beat her woman to give herself an opportunity and end up rolling out of bounds. Basically a draw defensively there. So now Iowa Central with a good position on this is going to send Haley Moyle to do the honors on the throw-in. Haley Moyle gets it in. A little bit of contact there, but the end result will be a goal kick going going Iowa Lakes' way. And that goal kick will be wasted straight out of bounds.
Iowa Central gets it back on their side of the field.
Really mental mistake there by the goalkeeper as it gives their opposing offense a kick in a good position. Now they're going to win it back. Tries to dribble it down, and now the throws just keep getting a little bit closer and closer as Iowa Central keeps putting on pressure. Throw into Montoya, off the back heel to Carnes.
Back to the middle of the field.
Heavy contact, but the ref will play through it. And I do believe that was the right call. Neither girl throwing themselves off the line. Just a little bit of a bump and run.
The kick by the goalkeeper sails out of bounds.
Now Iowa Central doing a good job maintaining possession. Will try to actually find a shot on goal here as it goes off of Carnes' foot into Iowa Lakes. After a little bit of a volley, still Iowa Central now with a chance to attack. Still on the attack, still somehow with the ball on her foot is Montoya. Beats one woman and dishes it out. Now back to her on the give and go. Now she'll pass it through in the box with the ball. But good defense. A swarm of blue shirts says no. DaCosta shovels it back to her defensive midfield. Carnes.
Iowa Central putting a big amount of pressure on Iowa Lakes here, keeping the ball on this side of the field for about 2 minutes now.
And they'll hope to generate some chances from it, because as good as the passing's been, they haven't been able to find anything dangerous on the other end of it yet. But it only takes one. And now they're going to call a foul, I do believe so. Carnes making a little bit of a body contact and never got any of the ball, so that would be a pretty straightforward call for the official. Free kick at pretty much exactly midfield going Iowa Lakes' way.
Wellard on the end of that foul. So now Wellard with the free kick from midfield. Close to the box. And the shot goes wide.
Now some contact in the box as the official puts his word in. Tells them both to calm down. I do believe that's the Iowa Lakes coach yelling for a foul there as Woodcock did find herself in some heavy contact. Now she'll take the free kick after that. Down towards 20 minutes, well past the halfway point of this first half now. Still 0-0. Much of this game played in the midfield, with each team rarely finding prolonged possessions towards the other team's net. If I were to wager, this will be a 1-0 or 2-1 kind of game so far. Both teams playing fantastic defensively.
Out of bounds on Iowa Lakes. A miscommunication before that out of bounds kick.
DaCosta tries to find someone down, and they'll find the out-of-bounds line instead. Iowa Central throw-in to DaCosta down the left line. Which that matchup between DaCosta and Jackson down the left has been a key part. Both winning their defensive matchups, but neither being able to beat the other on offense. And the wing's so important. You can't get anything going through the middle if there's no threat on the wing. Good, hard tussle down there, and they're going to say that that was a bit of illegal contact from Iowa Central. Give the free kick to Iowa Lakes.
Foul on Carnes.
Carnes and Woodcock, both physical players. They'll find those every now and again. And now that was actually a little bit of panic. It might have looked like a mistake from number 16, Taylor Aquino. But what she was actually doing is running towards your own goal like that. You don't want to make a chance of getting your pocket picked or anything, especially if you're not the best ball keeper. So she just got the ball out of bounds.
Aquino now kicks the ball out of bounds.
Now with a chance to cross, and it's a good chance to cross. Dangerous in front of the net on a blue foot. Now this is a golden chance to finish as Iowa Central tries to get back on defense. A shot tried to get through.
A great job by Iowa Central clearing that ball away from the goalkeeper at net, forcing Iowa Lakes to come back towards the outside of the box.
Scully tries to feed the ball through. And really, that's the best chance either team has had all day. That low, beautiful cross. Couldn't have asked for a better cross. No one gets on the end of it. That thing stayed in the box with no one's foot on it for what felt like forever. So beautiful job on the cross. A little bit lacking on the offensive finish. As Woodcock battles down, both players don't go down, but they'll say it was even. The officials have, to their credit, as beautiful move there by number 14, Wenzel.
Entry pass deflected.
And that one just shot out of bounds. Looked like number 21, Alyssa Montoya, just wanted to put her foot through it, try to get it goalwards, but it missed by a good bit.
And a change for Iowa Central here. Hernandez comes out.
Looks like they're going to send on Carr. So Talia Carr.
As well as Lovan comes out as well.
Scully now. Beats one woman, beats a second. Beautiful dribbling here, still with it on her shoulder. Gets it to Diaz. But again, I cannot stress how important Woodcock has been to this game on that back center. That's what you want.
It was a great entry pass from Scully.
That center back is your defensive cornerstone, and she has been fantastic so far today.
Jackson just drops it back to the goalkeeper.
Anytime there's been any kind of danger, any kind of mess to clean up, Woodcock has been there so far. Duncan now. Trying to get it forward. It'll end up on the foot of Woodcock, who will shovel it out of bounds. Again, just more of a conservative defensive play. Now let yourself get back, let your full defense be there. Iowa Central playing a very defensive style now. Diaz down the left wing. She's put in one beautiful cross from here. She'll try to put in another one. That one's shoveled out of bounds by the defense. It'll be a corner kick now. Their first corner kick of the day, I do believe. So we'll see who they like from the left hash. Excuse me, from the left corner. Looks like they like Diaz from this spot. Most teams will have a different corner kicker for each corner. So now let's see what they do. It does look like Iowa Central has a bit of a size advantage in the box, so maybe they won't be able to get this header in. It'll be Iowa Central. And now, here's the danger of sending everyone forward for the header. Now Iowa Central with a bit of an opening to try to counter. But, again,
entry pass taken away from Iowa Lakes.
Iowa Central seeming to be the bigger and stronger of the two teams. Iowa Lakes seeming to have just a bit more pace on the back end, and both have had their advantages so far. And it makes for an interesting matchup because you can't stress the importance in the box of having a big, strong presence, and you also can't stress how important speed is to the game. So each team having the advantage in one. bouncing ball here, won by Iowa Central. Now taken away by Iowa Lakes, and this is dangerous. She sets up, she's got support through the box. She won't look at it, but it'll end up a corner kick. If she would have looked, she had Scully running wide open through the middle. She would have been able to feed that pass through. It would have been a pretty good shot at goal. Instead, we're going to end up with a corner kick. But, you know, that's me. That's me standing 100 yards away.
Duncan had her head down all the way.
Now Scully will take the corner kick. Again, Iowa Central, about a head taller on average through the box. And the cross is beautiful in. And it stays on Iowa Lake's foot, shoveled back. Now Iowa Central has a 2-on-1 back here. They have something going on the counter, see if she doesn't try to feed it through. She will.
Clear by Carnes.
And that's the trick. You got to wait long enough that you have a chance to actually get behind her, but you can't wait too long or the flag will go up on you. Tries to get the cross through, punched away by the goalkeeper, now still in the box. Shoveled through and a good save by the goalie. It was an odd angled shot. I didn't think she was going to be able to put anything dangerous on it, but she almost nicked it inside the right post.
That time Duncan did have her head up and creates 2 goal chances, great goal chances for Iowa Lakes.
Now they'll send it back, exact same formation. Scully. Iowa Lakes appears to like to play aggressive on these corners, send almost everyone forward. The ball dribbling in the box, and every time that happens, the defensive coach has a heart attack. Every bounce is a chance for it to get a foot put through it, but nope, it won't happen. Pardon me, it'll be controlled down by the right wing, and she'll beat her woman off the right wing, has a chance to cross now. She will, gets it into Diaz. Diaz one touch, dribbles it back now with the ball in the box, puts it through, blocked, standing strong as the Iowa Central back line. But still with control, Iowa Lakes, and the more you stay with the ball in this position, the more pressure you put on. Again, attacking down the right wing, attacking Carnes. Carnes will stand strong, and so will Woodcock one more time through the middle. 12 minutes. Clock
Woodcock
ticking down.
will take the goal kick.
Woodcock and Carnes have both been impressive today defensively. Carnes on the defensive midfield, Woodcock in that back right position. Excuse me, back center. And after what's been a good day overall, one more free kick for the center back as she takes it forward, puts a boot through it, end up on Iowa Lakes' foot. Now a little bit of a 50-50 ball here, won by Iowa Lakes. They have a little bit of sunshine down the left. They'll try to take it, but got a little bit eager trying to jump past it down. Over the line, Iowa Central's ball.
Costa tried to get there, couldn't.
Now Montoya shoveling it forward. But again, you see, this is where that speed of that back line from Iowa Lakes has been deadly all day. There have been a couple times where it looks like Iowa Central might have an opening, but the pace of those defenders has just said no. Montoya. Constantly being beaten to those 50-50 passes as they just try to lob one down. And Iowa Central, not a slow team by any means, but they're being beat to everyone today. As the whistle goes, I do believe they're going to call contact, and I do believe it was the defense there of Wenzel. Got a little bit overeager, put a foot in just a bit too much aggressive, and now it'll be Diaz. Down the middle, it'll just be an easy roller. And you know, as a goalkeeper, you hope they'll all be like that. Handled pretty straightforward. Puts a full-blown punt through it, and if she can find DaCosta on the other end of it, it'll dribble, fortunate bounce, but nope. And it is... DaCosta tried to do something very difficult there. They try to control that bounce over your back shoulder.
Just a little bit too high.
Would have been an absolute masterwork of a play, but it would have been a near certain goal too.
Very good job of Iowa Lakes goalkeeper coming out to challenge DaCosta with that high bounce.
And you know, more and more as the game's evolving, goalkeepers are taught to be more aggressive, to come out of your box more often. And why not? When it's a calculated risk, you can shut down that angle before there's even a shot. Carnes goes off. Do you believe that she'll go off in favor Alyssa Lovin re-entering the game. Ball out of bounds, still Iowa Central's play. Less than 10 minutes left in the half. Beautiful move made there. Now they're going to try to switch play, but there's nobody to switch play to, so Iowa Lakes will take it in. One beautiful dribble there by number 11. That was Sanchez. Beats her woman off the dribble. The end result will be nothing, but it was a beautiful piece of footwork. Iowa Central now.
Looked like Woodcock slipped for Sanchez to hold up.
Now feeding it through the middle. DaCosta. Yeah, you have to appreciate the pace and the aggressiveness there, but there's 99 times out of 100 that's going to get you that call. Whistle goes, and that'll be a free kick. DaCosta just bowling over her defender, trying to get to the ball.
Under 10 minutes to play here. Still no score between Iowa Lakes.
And really, at this point now, early on, you could say that was missed chances. Both defensive units have played fantastically.
Woodcock clears.
Ends up a little bit of a ball. Montoya tries to win it back, but it'll be bombed forward by Iowa Lakes' midfield. And now one of their forwards has it with a chance back. She has support to the left. Tries to feed it through, but that would have been a tough pass to make. Still Iowa Lakes ball. Here we go, Scully, who has won her fair share of those attacks so far. Done a good job keeping possession. The ball has tried to be booted forward by Diaz, but it's blocked by a wall of Iowa Central defenders. Now Iowa Lakes trying to find something, and Iowa Central really, I do believe they've lost 2 games 1-0, so defensively have been fantastic. 1-1-0, 1-2-1. Defensively fine, solid team, and they're playing it again today. As that pass comes through, and the kick on the volley easily into the goalkeeper's hands, who shoots it forward. Now they're going to try to get something going on the counter, but now the opportunity there is gone as all the blue shirts get back. Both teams doing a good job getting back to support defensively after a failed offense.
As you said, Iowa Central, great job defending. They had 3 early chances.
And you know,
but since then, can't get it across half court that much.
And they're also not, with a defense that good, they're also not going to take as many unnecessary chances as a team that relies on their offense. They're going to play more conservatively and hope that 1 is enough to beat you or 2 is enough to beat you. But still, yeah, you're right. If either team, I believe, is going to try to take and win this one, they're going to have to come out of the defensive shell. But you have to do it strategically. You can't come out for a whole half. You have to pick and choose your times. So it'll be interesting to see how both coaches manage. Tries to feed it back here. Iowa Lakes now running through the midfield with the ball, dribbling it down the right wing. This clock ticks down towards 6.5 minutes to play. Still 0-0.
5-3 shots on goal in favor of Iowa Lakes.
Both teams playing stout defense, and a lot of those 5-3, that's 8 shots, but how many of those shots have actually had a legit chance to go in or worry the keeper? I'd say maybe 2. 1 for each side.
Yeah.
So doing great limiting the shots, and when those shots have come, they haven't been from easy spots for either team. Played back to the Iowa Central back line. 5.5 minutes to play in this first half.
Close to handball from Calabria.
And most of the time when it's kicked into you, you get a little bit of a leniency on the handball, as long as your hands are in towards your body and not out waving. For instance, a lot of referees, it's not the name of the game, it's not the way the rule is written, but if you have your hands next to your hip and a ball hits you in the hand, most officials are going to give you a little bit of leniency on it, especially if it's in the box. No official wants to give a penalty kick for that. attacking. Just an absolute fight for the ball down there, and Iowa Central comes out the right way. Haley Moyle keeping control of the ball and still has it. End result, dribbles towards the goalkeeper. She'll scoop it up easily. Now 5 minutes left to play. Scully, Woodcock, both get to the ball at about the same time. Woodcock able to clear it. And defensive soccer, and they're going to call a foul. I do believe a forearm found a jaw there. A little bit of a shove off, violently a bit. I don't think there was anything malicious behind it. It's just where the forearm happened to land.
That was Winsel.
And a goalkeeper diving in, saves a pile in front of her. Unfortunately, that pile, 3 of her own girls. But always have to commend goalkeepers. They have to be the gutsiest players out on the field, because their job half of the time is to put your face right in the way of a cleat that's coming away. And she's willing to do it, curls her body up around it nice and safely. And as you hope, the Iowa Lakes girls having enough common courtesy not to try to attack on it. Because once a goalkeeper lays out like that and puts her face towards it, it is by all rights her ball. One back. In the midfield, Carr has it. Now down the left wing, Lovin will have a chance to attack it. The defensive midfielder coming forward now. To Montoya, who tries to feed it down the left wing. Bit too much on it. Ends up going out of bounds. I don't know if it went out of bounds on what side of the corner. Are they going to call it a throw-in or a goal kick? Is the question at this point, as substitutions come in for both teams. Number 14, Nicole Wenzel, exits the game. Goal kick coming. 3 minutes left to play now. Iowa Central now. And these are key moments in the game. Because at this point, with 2 minutes left in the half, any goal here you figure would be the final goal of the half. And that is an absolute backbreaker to play an entire half 0-0, then lose that tie right before, and then have to go into halftime down a bit. So any goal here would be a momentum shifter.
And right now, both teams getting their chances, playing good defense. Both teams have something to be happy about.
Yeah, neither manager. Team talk will probably be too frustrated. It appears this was the game plan for both. Wanting to limit chances, playing defense first. Appears to be both teams' philosophy on this, Montoya. And even in general, second halves do tend to be more high scoring than first halves. As the first 20 minutes of the first half is usually just a feeling out process. And the goalkeeper comes out. Dangerous collision there. As the keeper tries to scramble back, the player down in the box on the circle. Now both players down. Collision between the goalkeeper for Iowa Central and Scully from Iowa Lakes.
The goalkeeper came out to clear the ball. She kicked right into the Iowa Lakes
And both
neck area, chest high.
Both players going down, holding parts of their body, and again, that was just a good hard football soccer play. Both players had a right to the ball, both players had a right to the area, and they both went at it. They just met it at an unfortunate angle. And I do believe they're both okay. Yes, they'll both get up with a minute 40 left. And that's good to see, because it did look scary on impact.
Both players will stay in the game. Everybody looks okay.
Now we'll see what the officials call on giving the ball back is. I do believe that was an injury timeout. Iowa Central still had possession.
And we will play on.
So it'll be a free kick from where the ball was when the foul was committed. We're going to give it a 50-50 ball, excuse me. As is the rule on injuries, pardon me. Woodcock now dangerously, but again she comes up big, seals the defender off,
Great defensive play by Woodcock.
And that was great. You see, a lot of people can. It's a completely different style of defense to defend inside the box and outside of it. And Woodcock has done both phenomenally well. They're getting her hips in between the ball and the goal. That ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be an Iowa Lakes play-in.
Actually, I believe that's an offside call.
Oh yeah, they did put the flag up on her. Offsides and rolls out of bounds. Either way, would have been Iowa Lakes ball. The only difference is now it's a free kick. Would have been a throw-in. Free kick comes. Less than 1 minute left. We'll see how aggressive they each are in this last minute. Montoya shovels it down. And then it's just booted out of bounds, cleared. Tries to find her spot. The official says about there will work. Gets it in. Clearance, 30 seconds left. Goalkeeper kicks it. Keeping it under control now. Now she'll pick it up because DaCosta wasn't going to let her keep it for too much longer. DaCosta getting a little bit cheeky, coming up and challenging the goalkeeper, forcing her to pick it up. 10 seconds left. This ticks down. These last couple passes shouldn't be any bit of a threat. So as we wind down, that's going to be your first half. Last is played to the keeper, and that'll be the last touch of this first half. Still 0-0. Both teams playing fantastic defense, especially that back line of Iowa Central and of Iowa Lakes. Iowa Central doing it with power and good communication. Iowa Lakes has just been doing it with pure speed in the back. So as we sit here, they'll put 15 minutes on the clock for halftime, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes with more Iowa Central soccer. Be right back at the end of this break. That back line standing strong on both teams, really. On the other side, Diaz in the back line, wearing that number 6, has been fantastic on shutting down the wings for Iowa Lakes. Moyle trying to get play to DaCosta. DaCosta not afraid at all to play physical, especially for a forward. Wins that ball back. Now they're going to get it to DaCosta, and she might get it with a chance to, or she might get a beautiful defensive tackle there by Adele Jackson to win it back. And now she'll shove it forward down her left wing. Woodcock will let it roll out of bounds, and now she'll take the throw in. Fresh start now. Really only 2 or 3 threatening shots towards goal in the first half, and none of them getting put away, so still 0-0. Iowa Central been in this position once already this year, entering halftime 0-0. They've been here before. They've played a lot of close games, looking for their first win as they lost 2 close ones coming out of the gate. This one would mean a lot, be able to pull this one off. Montoya now volleyed up in the air. Ends up in Iowa Lake's back. Now towards mid-court, headed by Wenzel. To the right, now trying to do on the give and go, but it'll be off of the defender's head, back to the original passer. Trying to get a pass through. Now on the volley, just tries to send one goalwards, and well, if that would have been any, from that position, if you trouble the keeper at all, it would have been a Herculean effort. She just tried to put her foot through. And now, Emanuele Costa.
Line drive kick.
Good piece of dribbling there. She'll get it forward. Tries to beat the defender, but Wenzel there to take the ball away. Stays in Iowa Lake's possession, though. Just not doing anything positive with it at the moment. To Calabria. Trying to feed it forward to Diaz. Woodcock shuts it down again. Wins the ball from Diaz, seals it off, and shoves it back. Can't quite win it back cleanly, but ends the immediate danger. Now it'll be a throw-in.
Woodcock, a great defender.
Ball off of the post, and now the finish clean through. Off of the post was Diaz, and Diaz made a nice little dribble, found herself free, almost made a beautiful shot, couldn't quite find it, and then, well, Madeline Duncan, you could say she was in the right place at the right time, but that's good discipline to know how to clean up, and once she got to the ball in that position, the finish was elementary.
And once again, Iowa Central down 1-0.
Now 1-0 with 42 minutes left, and they're going to take it right away. DaCosta coming forward to challenge as the keeper has it, dribbling it forward. And again, both teams struggling to find offense in the first half, and within 3 minutes, a dagger off the foot of Madeline Duncan makes this a much more complicated game for Iowa Central. I have a firm belief that the longer it is until that first goal, the more of a backbreaker it is for the team that conceded it. So now sitting here at the end of the first half, 0-0, all of a sudden with 40 minutes left, you're down 1-0. You have to be able to handle it mentally, try to get yourself back in a rhythm, because really, besides that one mistake, they have played well all day.
Throw in for Iowa Central.
Carnes switches play to the right side. Pass through to Wenzel. We'll see what she does here. Chipped away by the defender.
Another Iowa Central throw in.
In through. DaCosta now with the ball. Good defense, but she keeps the ball on her. The challenge was worthy. Now trying to chip the keeper, but chip it right into her. Iowa Central, got to figure, has to make their dribbles into the box a bit more effective than they have so far if they want to find an evening goal here. Scully now chasing the ball down with pace and just narrowly avoid getting a turnover by her. And now Duncan scored the goal already. She'll try to get a cross in. Won't be able to thread the needle. It'll go out of bounds for a goal kick. And also, you have to watch out for Duncan and Diaz now, especially off that, Because after a player has scored a goal or made a play leading to a goal, there's always a little bit of an adrenaline boost. There's always a little bit of an extra aggressiveness from the next couple times they touch the ball.
And you do not want to be down 2-0 in this situation.
To Duncan. Trying to hit Calabria, but instead it'll go off an Iowa Central foot, out of bounds. Still Iowa Lakes ball. And now Iowa Central's got to weather this storm as Iowa Lakes has been on the attack nonstop since the halftime whistle blows, and what was such an even first half. So far, early in the second half, it's been Iowa Lakes' game. Scully off a defender, out of bounds. Beatrice Casilla Retena, a substitute player off the bench, tries to get to Scully. Scully tries to make a diving effort to keep it in, but it will go out of bounds. So now still 1-0. Both coaches making adjustments in. Woodcock puts her foot through it. DeCosta now. Back to Wenzel. Wenzel, who is good running with the ball. Not fantastic pace, but amazing control, gets it through to DeCosta. DeCosta still with the ball on her foot. Now she has support to her left, right, and back. Tries to dump it right, but it'll be stolen by Iowa Lakes. And it'll be off an Iowa Central foot and back Iowa Lakes' way. Just under 40 minutes left to play. Pass lobbed forward. Cleared by Woodcock. To the back line. Stolen by Wenzel, now to DeCosta. To Carnes. Trying to keep it going, but Iowa Central will boot it out of bounds now. Carnes makes the challenge, but the offensive player goes past her. They've got something down the right wing if they want it. Now they're pushing to the left. Now out of bounds. Looks like it's going to end up. Yep, they're going to give it Iowa Central.
Woodcock, another great defensive stop.
Woodcock playing very well. Iowa Central ball, now stolen back by Iowa Lakes. Calabria beats one woman, but it'll be right into the foot of another. Cleared to the back line. DeCosta has it now. Dumps it off. Now it's back to DeCosta. Has to stop a little bit for it. Stutter steps and unable to beat her defender on it. Now Iowa Lakes control, and they've got 3 on 2 in the back. But the help does get there in time to stop that. Trying to push down the right line. Now it'll be Iowa Lakes in the midfield. Off of an Iowa Central head. Now Duncan already scored once today. From that position, she would have been more likely to assist, but it'll be it'll be Larissa Caldas off of her, and a throw in for Iowa Lakes. As the first ball boy throw goes over. Get a second one in. There's Duncan, but she'll instead opt to give it to Retena for the throw in. Looking for someone. Finds an Iowa Central head, but gets it off it. Retena. Back. Almost an own goal there. Defensive collapse in the back, but it'll be out of bounds off of an Iowa Central foot in a corner.
Bad choice by Aquino.
And she's lucky she was on the right side of that 2 feet on the post, because there's nothing more embarrassing in just about any sport than an own goal in soccer. As the header comes in, almost get a chance to put it on the volley, but they won't. Still in dangerous territory here. Iowa Central's got it clear, but they won't. Iowa Lakes will keep possession. Now she'll just put a foot through it, and oh Lord, a great shot, and the goalkeeper unable to keep it contained. Tried to make the catch, but it'll be off of her outstretched fingertips, and she's mad at herself because she was in position. Made a beautiful sprawl, but not quite able to keep it in front of her. Instead, it'll find the back of the net. and really, I didn't think she was going to be able to get as much power as she did behind the shot. Absolutely blasted, and now it's 2-0. Iowa Central really, especially for a team that came in with a defensive strategy, now they're really towing uphill.
Yep, 2-0, and Iowa Lake's really showing their athleticism now.
And now for Iowa Lakes, it becomes a game of ball control with a lead of 2-0. Yes, you can still press, you can still try to score, but really keep your passes a little bit relatively safer as the ball rolls to the Iowa Central keeper.
35 minutes left to play, and now Iowa Central in a bit of a panic mode right now.
And as you could tell from the goalkeeper's body language, it would have been a pretty tough save, but she expected herself to make it. Just able to get her fingertips and palms on it, not quite able to stand strong enough to keep it from whizzing past her. Need forward to Diaz. Now trying to find Duncan, but it'll go out of bounds and be a goal kick. And as always, I do believe they'll send Woodcock forward to take it. And they will. Woodcock setting up now. Woodcock taking the run forward, picking an area on the field and booting it there. That area will have nothing but blue shirts. Iowa Lakes gets possession back. Nicked out of bounds by Carnes. It'll still be Iowa Lakes play. You're going to send forward Rennes. Finds Scully. Out of bounds, out down the right line. And now it'll be Jalissa Hernandez with the throw in for Iowa Central. To Moyle, stolen away by Duncan, gets it into Scully. Got people down the middle if she can get it there, but the defense is good there. Tries to find the free woman behind her to put her foot through it, won't quite. Couple volleys now high up in the air. Looks like it's going to be run down by a white shirt. It is. But then stolen back. Wenzel now with the ball. Contact, she goes down, no call. Possession changes as Diaz gets it back, but she'll shoot it out of bounds off of an errant touch there.
Need came up limping that last play after a collision with Iowa Central's Carnes.
Need and Carnes been going at each other hard all day. Made a lot of contact there. Wenzel to DaCosta. She sees a chance to switch play, and if she could, there is room down there. Number 23, Haley Moyle with the ball. Wins it back. She'll be looking to cross now, but she's off balance. Heavy contact, and yeah, the official rightfully stepping in on that jostling. It'll be a free kick and from a dangerous area. As the player goes in. Player goes down now. And we'll see if they have to signal a trainer. I can't see a number on the back now. I can. Number 22, Jordan Howell down for Iowa Lakes.
And they have signaled for the trainer.
And as the trainer comes in, we'll take a short break. Usually these are about 1 to 2 minutes, and we'll be back on the other side of it. And we're back as Jordan Howell, after the scary collision, finds herself walking out on her own power, which is positive. Looks like they're going to send her over to the trainer. Appears to be an injury in the lower calf area, which can be very debilitating as the cross comes in here. Headed goalwards. Whistle
But a
there.
foul. Foul on Iowa
A
Central.
little bit of curricular extra pushing and shoving in there, which usually away from the ball, players figure they can get away with a bit more, but the official not having any of that. As I mentioned, Howell now on the training table appears to be okay. Maybe nothing too severe in the injury, but as anyone who's ever had any problems there will tell you, that lower calf area is a very painful place to have any kind of discomfort. As the ball comes forward in Iowa Lakes' position. Now down the left wing, she's got a little bit of room to work, but Woodcock closes it down and it'll bounce out of bounds off of her. And now they're going to point Iowa Central possession. Woodcock with a good piece of defense down there. Throw in. Now Wenzel will take it. Wenzel lifts it into Carnes. Carnes bombs it forward, trying to find DeCostas. Tries to get on the end of that Hail Mary pass, but it will be nicked away by defense. No, it won't. She finds it, dribbles it up to herself. Now finds the woman behind her. They'll try to get something going down the left wing. DeCostas again. Now swinging it over to number 14. Now she's going to try to finish. Oh!
Great save by the Iowa Lakes goaltender.
Nicole Wenzel, number 14, doing it fantastically, finding herself open, and I mean, it can't get any closer than going on the net. There was plenty of daylight. Everything was fine. The goalkeeper was honestly a little bit late rolling out, but somehow able to pin it with her fingertips between the ground. Unorthodox save, but it worked, and now they're going to go back on the counter. Trading offensive opportunities, but that one fired into the goalkeeper's chest. It'll go by without incident. So now both teams appear to be opening up a little bit. Looks like a foul while the ball was in the air, and a foul on DeCosta, as it'll be a free kick going the other way. Less than 30 minutes to play now.
That last shot on goal was only the 4th of the game for Iowa Central.
Ball into Scully. Now dangerous position here to lose it. Duncan again, she's finished once, but this time Woodcock is in position.
Woodcock saved another goal with the deflection.
DeCosta has been good on the attack all day, just hasn't been able to finish. Now Carnes running forward. Iowa Central playing much more aggressively as they flick it forward to Wenzel. Wenzel beats her woman off the edge. Not able to get the cross in, though. It'll roll. And the last touch will be Iowa Lakes out the back, so it'll be a corner kick.
First corner kick of the day for Iowa Central.
It looks like they're going to send Montoya over to take it. Montoya, the right-footed midfielder. Good choice for the corner kick. We'll see how she plays the cross here. Trick is to pick somebody out you think might win their matchup. Everyone in the box now. Forward towards, and I do believe they're going to catch someone offsides. Nope. It's going to be a little bit of pushing and shoving that gets it. Usually when it's with that kind of timing, it's a offsides thing, somebody jump, but that time there was just too much jostling in the box for the officials' liking, too much physicality. Did you even see who he was singling out there? It looked like he was fed up with the entire box.
Yeah, I'm not sure who he was signaling out.
But there was pushing and shoving both directions from everyone. Now with the ball in, trying to find Montoya, would have been a dangerous position to get the pass. Iowa Central in this last 5 minutes finding some good passing. The throw is in. Push forward. And now it'll go out of bounds. And yep, the last touch was Iowa Lakes. Iowa Central will have it. a throw into their own offensive half. Chase down the right line, and now it'll be played out of bounds by an Iowa Lakes defender. So now a corner kick, not a corner kick, a throw in very close to the corner.
Now Iowa Lakes playing a little conservative with a 2-goal lead.
Carnes ends up with it. One volley. Still fighting with trying to keep it on her feet, and she won't. Now danger coming on the counter. 2 offensive players to 3, but DaCosta chases that down, makes the odds a little bit better as it's flicked forward to Diaz. Diaz to Duncan. Now Carnes. Trying to get it to her back line. She'll have to chase down her own mistake, and she will.
Great job by Carnes.
Now with a chance, and Miss hits the cross. And you can see she's kicking herself because she did absolutely everything from midfield on perfectly. Good pace, good hustle, good everything to chase down your own mistake after she made the bad pass. And then she had the chance to put the cross in and finish what was a beautiful piece of play, just mishits it. And, that might have looked like an absolute shank, but on these soccer balls, it's not much of a difference between the perfect contact and just a little scrubby contact off the pitch. There's so little room for error when you're trying to put your foot through this. To Woodcock. Off of the defender, now Iowa Lakes ball. Diaz. Stutter steps 1. But Carnes still on her. Not totally beat. Chip back to her left middle. And it'll go all the way down. And depending on whose touch that was, yeah, they're going to call it a goal kick. Goal kick, the keeper has to set it up, but Woodcock is permitted to take it. And they're going to let her. Yep. 2 steps forward and boomed. Down the middle. Played through, beautiful. Now she's just going to get a kick goalwards. It'll be blocked by the keeper. Handles it safely, knocks it down, picks it up. Now she's going to punt it forward. DaCosta. Done a very good job winning these, even in the middle of a group of people, and she'll do it again. To Montoya. Trying to get forward to Mole, but it'll be played back. Montoya. To Wenzel. Now Mole will have a chance. And she's got a fair bit of play. She'll try to play it forward to Wenzel, think better of it. Off the back heel, if it stayed in bounds, it did not. So that'll go be out of bounds. It'll be Iowa Lakes play, about 30 yards towards midfield. Clock ticks down towards 24 minutes remaining. A little bit of pause and play here as they debate about who's going to take the corner. And Iowa Lakes is going to send out Ratena. Send in Madrigal. Diaz. Juggle here. Diaz still moving forward. Tries to find Scully. Overhits it. Hit by the back line towards. Now Carnes. Heavy collision as the defender challenges her. Gets it back through the middle to Wenzel. She has people to dish it to, and she'll go down the right wing. Lovin now with the ball back to Montoya. To DaCosta. Off the volley, puts a foot through it. Nowhere close to troubling the keeper there. Goes harmfully out the back. Be a goal kick. Now the keeper. Waiting for her girls to get in position. Headed by Wenzel. End result will be Duncan's control for Iowa Lakes. Tries to put it forward. Referee must have saw some contact he didn't approve of. My eyes were on the play forward. I don't see what he saw. But they're going to put it on the spot where he's standing. And it must have been Iowa Lakes that committed the offense because it'll be an Iowa Central free kick. Not in deadly position, but there's still a chance to get something out of this. Send the girls forward, well within position to put the box. They only send one woman forward to the wall. Montoya will put a foot into it. The wall moves forward. Dribbles, and it'll go harmlessly without an Iowa Central touch into the arms of the goalkeeper. This is a long goal kick, and it'll go from goal to goal as the Iowa Central goalkeeper rolls it up. Now punted back. Diaz. Now doing some work back to Diaz. Now to Duncan, who's got options, got support in the box and behind her. Tries to beat her defender on the dribble, but it'll be well defended. Out the back for a corner kick. Duncan made a nice move there, but it was all they could do. Just get that thing out of bounds and now Scully will take a crack at it. Crosswell all day has the forward. Now Scully will try to find an assist. Puts it through way... Excuse me, it wasn't as far off as I thought it was. Put a bit too much touch on it.
Just over the crossbar, out of bounds.
And that, not much the keeper could have done if that one had gone in. Beautiful shot, just finds itself 1 foot too high. 6 inches the other way, and that the goalkeeper has a problem that there's not much she can do to solve.
20 minutes left for Iowa Central to get 2 goals.
Woodcock now run forward. Past the outstretched foot of Duncan and out of bounds. Iowa Lakes touch.
Iowa Central not doing near enough to put any pressure on Iowa Lakes right now.
Oh, and a hard tackle by Carnes away from it, and that might be a card. Nope, just going to issue a verbal warning. I do believe that was a bit of a frustration play from Carnes there. The ball was out a good second and a half before. Carnes slides in recklessly and clips Madrigal. Honestly, she's lucky she didn't find herself going yellow. Now the wall sets up on a free kick. Curled up and over the wall, but it won't curl quite enough to be a problem. It'll be off Carnes' head. Now for a corner kick. Gonna be Scully again. Let's see what she has on the cross. Head high and dangerous, but it'll be up and over the net. Now Iowa Central working quickly to set this up as time runs down towards 19 minutes remaining. Every tick of the clock counting. The clock their enemy at this point, especially down 2-0. Carnes makes a nice move, not trying to be able to beat the woman. Now she beats Duncan with it. Goes down. Official called a free kick. Duncan knew she gave a little contact. No argument from her. No real protest from Carnes as it wasn't that heavy a contact, but it was enough to throw her off, and now we'll have the free kick going just, I'd say, about 25 feet into Iowa Central's offensive zone. Right down the middle. Not really a place you expect to concede a goal from off of a free kick, but they will try to get something going here. But it'll end up being chased down by the Iowa Lakes defensive line. And going out of bounds off of an Iowa Lakes player. Be Iowa Central's ball now. Throw in their own offensive third. And at this point, every opportunity like this counts. Carnes. Back to her back line. That's Caldas. Now to the right back. Makes a move. Tries to get forward to Carnes. The pass is off. Carnes will have to chase it down amongst a bunch of flying boots. And it'll end up being played back. Now Iowa Lakes possession. Duncan with room to go. Duncan. A little bit of a shift and then gives it to Scully. Scully to Diaz. Diaz. Now booted up in the air on the volley, so let's see who comes up with it. It'll be Hoffman, but then stolen away by DaCosta.
And here comes a 2-on-2.
Chasing it down is the Iowa Lakes defense. Stops. Sees someone to switch play to, tries, but wisely defended. Gets ahead in there before it can be switched to the left wing. Carnes goes down hard away from the ball. Now Moyle to Hernandez to Carnes. Tries to get through, but he'll, again, one more time, been pretty much the story of the game. Control through the midfield. Now if Scully can beat the defender to it, but she won't. Hernandez will nick that back to her keeper. Sometimes you just got to play the ball the way it's facing, even if it's your own keeper. Wenzel. Off of a defender. Chased down by Duncan. To Diaz. Diaz running people ragged this late game. Showing good cardio and pace the second half. Wasn't quite as effective the first half. The cross in, but it'll be too far towards the keeper, who'll just knock it down and we'll go the other way.
Iowa Central needs to hurry the pace now.
This ball is up in the air. Headed forward by the midfield. Diaz again. Excuse me, not Diaz. Sanchez on that one. Woodcock with control. Being harassed by the defender, and she'll just kick it out of bounds. Smart play. Give yourself time to get help back there. If she would have got her pocket pick there, it would have been dangerous. Carnes gets it forward, but there's going to be a foul and a free kick going against Iowa Central. About 25 feet out of the box and off the left flank. See who they send. Looks like they're going to send Adele Jackson to take the kick. Jackson been good defensively today. And good passing after she's gained up possession. Now she'll try to put an assist on the record as she puts the cross up in the air. Tries to find someone on the volley. It was a good cross, but no one there to take advantage of it. As now Diaz having a battle down the right wing. Beats one, can't beat the second. Wenzel now. Now Woodcock trying just to clear it, can't. Duncan gets a touch on it. Now Diaz. Now it's finally cleared. Montoya's ball. 15 minutes left to play. Kicked out of bounds. Now Haley Moyle throwing it back to her back line. And now the clock heavily against Iowa Central. Having to push forward with everything they have and just hope not to concede a goal on the other end. As they need two and they haven't been able to find one yet this evening. Again, still now playing with a lot of pace. DaCosta able to keep it down. No pausing, no breaks allowed, down 2-0 with 14 minutes left. Now the ball cleared back. Carr with it. Now back to Carr. Forward. Iowa Central able to keep control in the passing, but not able to get into any kind of dangerous offensive territory here late. Duncan, too much on the touch. Controlled by Hernandez. Diaz. Now Calabria. Now dribbled forward to Duncan, but Caldas takes it away. Now forward to Moyle. Through ball to Costa.
Iowa Central now has 13 and a half minutes left to try and score 2 goals.
Finding themselves down 2-0, and early so. The first coming just 2 or 3 minutes into the second half after a first half. There was a half of few chances. Iowa Lakes came out with a fresh offensive strategy, attacking more down the wings, liking their matchups there. And ever since then, they've been able to control the cross in. Unable to find the other end of it. It's deflected away. Woodcock almost found herself a goal. She had the defender beat, but off an Iowa Lakes foot.
Big chance there for Iowa Central. They needed that goal.
happens here. Yep, looks like they're going to give Iowa Lakes control. Give it to Diaz for the throw-in. Excuse me now. Iowa Central ball, going to send Carr. Tries to find Montoya. Ends up getting stolen away instead. Scully trying to make a dribble. Now Duncan has it. Ball up in the air. Duncan trying to run it down. Hernandez will save it. Now Woodcock with the ball, and she knows they have to attack. Forward to Wenzel. Woodcock not nearly offensively this aggressive normally, and you wouldn't expect your center back to be.
And the referee gives the substitution call to Iowa Lakes.
Gonna send Duncan off probably for the final time of the day. Duncan scored a goal earlier. Scored it off the foot. Diaz pounded it off the post, and then Duncan was there to just easily apply the finish. Finding basically a birthday gift goal earlier, and then the goal to put them up 2-0 was a beautiful one just from the inside, just inside the box, about 30 feet out. Pegged in the top left corner as this one is popped up into the keeper on the volley. Moyle trying to find Montoya, can't. It's still Iowa Lakes ball. Iowa Lakes had possession and control for most of the second half. Trying to find Scully. Run down by the keeper instead, but it spills out in front of Scully. She has support to her left if she wants to find it. She will. Swings her foot through it. Blocked by Hernandez. Good defense there. That's dangerous. Nine times out of 10, the keeper just falls on that, no problem. But when it squirts out like that, it can be a real disaster. Luckily, Iowa Central coming out with no harm done. Caldas.
Counting down to 10 minutes remaining.
Now a battle for the ball. Costa wins it.
2-goal lead for Iowa Lakes.
Running with support, but she'll miss her support, and the keeper will spill up. Handle the ground ball pretty easily. And now it's just a waiting game for Iowa Lakes. Conservative, passing, make every touch count, and watch the clock tick down. That's all they have to do. It's all the pressure is on Iowa Central to try to force something. It's ball booted forward. Carr. To Caldas. Still nothing doing offensively. Caldas down the right wing. She's got a little bit of space. Tries to make one move too many, and the defender is on her. Stolen away, and it'll be off of Carr, out of bounds. So now 9 minutes left. Still 2-0. Iowa Central had their chances in the first half. Hasn't been able to find much here in the second. Ball floated forward. Looks like Woodcock will handle it. Forward, Diaz. Now controlling it. Just puts it goalward, but not a whole lot of power on it. Goalkeeper will scoop it up. At this point, Iowa Lake's just trying to maintain control. They don't have to push it forward. Now number 15, Kylie Wellard getting her touches in, doing well with it. So contact as Woodcock goes down. Officials deem it clean. Montoya now with the ball. This ball leaked forward to DaCosta. A little bit of a jostle down there. It'll end up Iowa Lake's possession. Iowa Central. Woodcock has it, booming it forward. And yeah, that'll do it. Fly. Whistle goes. Now a little bit of trash talk goes. Wenzel a little bit reckless there on the defense. Played the attacker instead of the ball.
She thought that was intentional.
And yeah, she got none of the ball there. Played back to the goalkeeper. Now out of there to Moyle. Out of bounds off of an Iowa Lakes player would be Iowa Central's possession. Yeah, Wenzel, you like on that last foul by Wenzel, you do like aggression, but there's a point where you have to try to keep yourself under control. She wasn't quite able to do that. As the ball left, she was already way too committed. Ends up finding some heavy contact, but it is better than faulting her for a lack of effort. Romero. Woodcock steals it away off of Wenzel's head. Iowa Lakes ball to Montoya, dumps it off to Wenzel. Dribbles it forward. Now Moyle, unable to keep it in bounds. Let it roll just a few too many times. She could have played it earlier. She's trying to get the maximum amount of angle she could off of it. Need to Diaz. Played forward, stopped by Woodcock. Carnes. Now Iowa Lakes again, just playing a passing game. Diaz to Scully. Off to the Iowa Central defender. Now booted forward. 2-0 now. As the clock ticking down, chances look bleak. Iowa Central's going to be able to improve that record. They will leave today 0-3. But honestly, I believe that they've played a better game today than that 2-0 score will show. For the most part, for 80 or 90% of that game, solid defensively. Now there's a problem down here. Scully with the ball and with open space, but they're going to say she pushed off. Yes, she did push off to beat that last defender. That's how she found herself so open, so it would be a free kick going Iowa Central's way. For about 80 or 90% of the game, Iowa Central hung pretty well. Found their chances, but the team that's been able to finish their chances has been Iowa Lakes, and that's going to be the difference. That's going to be why Iowa Lakes, in 4 minutes and 45 seconds, walks away a winner here. Ball put forward, Costas. Wenzel, back. Caldas. Trying to find Costa, but can't. Now controlled by Lovin. Costa. Lovin. Dribbled forward. Excuse me, not dribbled. Drifted forward. One hop into the goalkeeper's hands. Iowa Central forward will have to play aggressive, try to challenge it, but she'll just pick it up. Take her 8 seconds, and then kick it forward. Less than 4 minutes to play now. Scully. Forward to Romero. Romero with a lot of open space and a good position to Scully. Got support everywhere. Tries to get one goalward. And, oh, heavy contact. And Woodcock goes down hard. That doesn't look good. She's going to get up pretending that not pretending she was fine, thinking she's fine. But she was absolutely leveled in the box there. She's going to stay on the play. That's a trooper, but that was heavy, heavy contact. Scary looking the way the head whipped back. As the official still keeping the card in the pocket. I'm not going to go as far as to say that what Lindsay Need just did there was anything malicious. I don't think it was. But she needs in that position, you've got to be more aware of where the players are in the box, where the body is in the box, because she had no right to the area that she tried to take there. And went jaw to chin on Woodcock, who appears to be walking fine, talking fine, which is a good sign. Now won by DaCosta, dribbling it forward, but loses it eventually with about 3 minutes left.
Under 3 minutes to play.
Good play there. Gets it to Carnes. Now to Montoya. Costa. Now one back by Iowa Lakes. Now a game of just control and clear. Get the ball as far away from their net as possible and then keep control of it. Tries to get a little cute pass forward to Scully. He'll be cut out by Woodcock. Woodcock's still playing hard here. Who it's good to see her walking like she's got her feet under her. Heavy contact to the head earlier. Wenzel trying to win the one-on-one, won't. The officials here seem to be officiating very liberally. Contact being gotten away with. Grab jerseys. Neither coach seems to have a complaint for it, though. Neither coach feeling slighted, at least at this point. But there has been a game of heavy contact, which is okay if it's allowed on both sides, and so far it appears it has been. Hernandez. Ball somehow stays in bounds for one extra touch, and then it's kicked out for Iowa Lakes. Carnes. Now body check in the box. Player goes down. Game getting chippier and chippier as it goes on, and it's probably frustration.
Under a minute to play now.
As the clock ticks down. See this a lot. Games tend to get chippy a little bit later down the line, either because there's more on the line or out of pure frustration for what the score is. Carnes clears it. 40 seconds left. Two players go down in a pile. No play called. Nothing called. The dribble forward. The clear. 30 seconds remains. And now, barring a miracle, it will be a loss for Iowa Central. They'll go down 2-0. Be 0 for 3 to start the year. After 3, what'll be really tight games, hard ways to lose. They keep going forward. They keep putting this quality performance on. You figure they'll win some. DaCosta. Stutter step. Tries to get through. No one there on the other end. 3, 2, 1. And the whistle will go off now in the time. Scoring report. Two early goals in the second half were your only goals. One from, I have to look up the number here. I had it marked down. Yes, one from Diaz and one from Duncan. Duncan's an easy finish on it. Diaz put a lot of power onto hers. Finished from just inside the box, and those are your only 2 goals. One came at the 42-minute mark. One came at about the 35. Both beautiful goals. And Iowa Central really played a good defensive game besides conceding those 2 goals, but at the end of the day, that's all it takes. So, we'll be signing off from this game. That's all we have for this broadcast. Again, your Iowa Central Tritons losing 2-0. We'll be back for the boys' game. I do believe it'll be about 25 minutes to a half hour. See you on the other end of the break.